Greetings, hey, it's Susie Q. Today we begin to break down Attraction 41 questions. Today is question number 34. These can be found via podcast and video at YouTube channel Holistic Healing Community by Susie Jervich. Do subscribe to follow this complimentary offering of how to tune into attracting your desired goal, intent, a juicy groove, and new vibe. Today's question 30 is the 34th one. This one is, do you take time to explore your own imagination? Whew. Wow. I would like to begin this beautiful podcast by asking a few questions of you, those that are listening. Do you take time to explore your own imagination? And how do you do that? Is there a means or a roadmap of finding the sweet spot in time and place and energies that cultivate the imagination that is within you now? Whew. My experience with this has been interesting, and I think a lot of you are already doing this. I'd like to remind you about the process of what we call meditation. Some people are like, I can't meditate, that I can't do that, or have different reasons for avoiding that part of life. Some people might call it prayer time, meditation time. Some people might call it being in stillness or in quiet. Some people might go out in nature and say they like to sit in the grass or lean up against a beautiful tree trunk there and look at the stars or the sky or the clouds. All of these experiences here are beautiful openings and beautiful portals within your own self that cultivate and create that time of exploration of your own imagination. So while you are in your most accessible way of kind of connecting in, and what we suggest here is that you begin a practice of we will call it, for this podcast, meditation. Come into a awareness of meditation. And a lot of us have these smartphones and different devices that you can put a timer. Begin by setting a timer to 5 minutes if you're new to meditation. And we suggest that you sit in a sukhasana, which is simple seated on the ground. I think they call it Indian style, crisscross applesauce. Now, if your hips are not open, then go ahead and sit in a chair with your feet. Your legs both of your feet are on the ground, and keeping your hands maybe open to your palms up, and just be able to sit in that position. If you're on the ground sitting, or if you're sitting in a chair, just really allow the center point of your being to not have anything crossed over it. So no crossing your legs, no crossing your arms. Being completely open from the center, from the high heart all the way down to the ground, being open, no crossing here of the meridian line. With that, then, we really would love it if you were able to simply name your breath. And so this is going towards imagination, is to begin to create a space where new exploration can occur. So to do that, to come into this beautiful meditative posture and to notice your inhale, so breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. We'll do 2 more. Breathing in and breathing out. Again, breathing in and breathing out. So when you have that timer set for 5 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour or whatever you're able to do with time today, is to sit and name your breath. Now, of course, I'm doing this as I'm saying it out loud, but in your own way, quiet yourself, get in a comfortable seated position, and in just with your thoughts and in your mind's eye, just quietly saying internally, breathing in and breathing out. So when you're able to just really tune into the inhalation and the exhalation, that creates this beautiful opening, this beautiful portal within, that you are in simply focusing simply on the present moment, which is the in-breath and the out-breath. So coming into the present moment aliveness of this moment now, or this inhale now, or this exhale now, staying present with that. And other thoughts may arise that come in, and just pretend like you're like a little kid in the grass watching the clouds go by. Don't hang on to any of them, because those clouds, those little shapes are going to change, so you can't hold on to it. Just notice, just simply notice any things that arise. When you begin to really tune in to that meditative state, you'll find that when you come out of that meditative state, that you're going to have a different container of space, of possibility there. And so as you really, of course in meditation you want to just be in stillness, but when you come up and out of meditation, or that reflective time, or sitting in nature time, or stargazing time, after you're complete with that period of being connected with what is in the present moment, you may find that you have some new things that come into your imagination. And we do encourage you to explore your imagination, because inside of you, yes, you, there are messages that are arriving in all the time, and we're talking about you and you and you. You are a receiver and a messaging system that is simply and most beautifully expressed throughout your body system. And so as you tune in and allow yourself to release and let go just for a little bit through meditation, then when you come up out of that, then you've got a new container of freshly downloaded information that is part of who you are, that's part of your imagination, it's part of your creative spirit, it's part of your juiciest self, your just most beautiful light source, just beautiful information will flood into your system. And so as you're in that exploratory nature of your own being, your own beingness, notice what arises. Notice how the imagination comes in. Notice the visions. Some people are able to see visions that come in. Some people are able to hear music or compose music. Some people explore their imagination with color and paint, and a lot of people are doing this adult coloring, which of course I love that. So just notice what your way is to express out your imagination. So don't hold on to it. Don't grip it and think there's no time to take care of this. As you are exploring your imagination, note what is arriving into the messaging system, which is your body, in all these different perceptible means. You're going to find that there's going to be some beautiful creative sparks that come from exploring your imagination. We do suggest that you go into the imagination zone or the portal of imagination and fully express this out. So you, of course, it starts within the body system, and then you express it out into the world. This is the most beautiful zone to be in. This is the zone of being in the flow. It's just a beautiful flow when you're in that imagination zone where you are creating and manifesting. And even if you're drawing a picture or writing poetry or composing music on a guitar, whatever that looks like, that is a beautiful space to be in. So really honor that time when you are exploring your own imagination. Really honor that, because that is the truth of who you are. And in that imaginative nature of your own self, your higher self, you are creating at just tremendous rate of speed and accuracy and beauty out into the world. Your imagination is the best ingredient for any recipe that you'll have in your life. Anything you're doing, any aspect, whether it be relationships, creating more abundance in your life, creating a healthy body system, that imagination, that sense of frequency and flow and energies that work with the imagination that is within you are high, vibrant, juicy energies you're working with. So when we remember to be playful, to be in a place of pleasure, to be in a place of exploring our imagination, do know that you'll be a magnet a magnet for more juicy goodness to come into your life. That imagination is reflecting back to you, and just notice how it, when you're in that imaginative spirit, how it just mirrors back to you or reflects back to you in everything you're doing. So really explore that. Be playful. Be in pleasure. Enjoy your imaginative spirit and give it out into the world. Share it with others. Talk about what you're doing. Ignite and excite and help others move into their own imaginative spirit. Whew. Oh, goodness me. With that being said, I see you exploring today, and I see you being completely imaginative, and I see you creating your heart's intent coming from that high heart space. I see you, yes, you, creating and creating more from your imaginative spirit. That is who you are, the truth of who you are, and may you be blessed.